What's up guys, it's Mega, and today I'm going to give you a different video. Today I'm going to talk about my top 5 best generic Link monsters for Link Evolution. Please bear in mind this is of course my own opinion at the end of the day, and it's completely cool if any of you guys will disagree about any of the cards that I do mention in this small video. But Link monsters are the newest addition to this game, obviously compared to the old Legacy, and the Link monsters are near enough just very vital in a lot of strategies. Near enough every single deck uses them, not all obviously, but there are a lot of generic ones that are just commonly played in near enough every single one. And today we're going to go for those. For my number 5 spot, guys, I decided for it to be a two-way tie, and that's simply because both these two monsters are near enough bosses in their own, and they're both very powerful and by all rights kind of can outwin win the game. First off is Bulbasaur Dragon, simply because it is just the ultimate beat stick, and of course we have Mech Knight Crusader have for Max. Both of these, like I say, are generic boss monsters, and both of them are kind of like, depending on the situation, depending on why the best. Aside from kind of them as a tie, simply because the other 4 I just found were better because they go into near enough these. These are your end boards and why they're pretty much like decent in a way. So let's start off with the Bulbasaur Dragon. Bulbasaur Dragon. Its effect reads: it cannot be destroyed in battle. It once per turn, this bad boy can switch opponent's monster from attack to defense mode, and if you do, it can attack twice. Obviously, you're doing it your turn, it can attack twice. During your opponent's turn, it gives you a little bit of protection. But it's that effect that it's key because it can attack twice, being able to OTK your opponent. And also, Bulbasaur Dragon will gain half the attack points of the monster it battles, and that monster will lose half its attacks. So no matter what, the first attack Bulbasaur does will always deal 3,000 points of damage. Then if you have the other monster, it's going to go if you go for that other attack, it's going to go higher for depending on whatever attack points you stole from your opponent. If you have another monster in play, you can attack with them first and then just attack with Bulbasaur to just finish out the game. And this is why he is one of the contenders for my tied spot for number 5. But let's go on to Avamax. So Avamax is another boss monster in himself, where upon being link summoned, this bad boy cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Combined with a monster we'll get to in a bit, he is near enough indestructible because he gains another effect. Avamax also does have some more interesting effects where if it battles a special summon monster, it gains that monster's attack point. So say for instance, if your opponent attacked with like, I don't know, Bulbasaur Dragon, it's and the attack into Avamax. Avamax is going to gain 3,000 attack points because it can because obviously it gains that monster attack. Something like that. It is incredible against special monsters, and with that protection, it's really hard to get over. Cards that can get over Avamax, such as like in effect actually, Bulbasaur Dragon can get over it if you use its effect. You can use Storming Mirror, Force, Dingisu, any card, or Heavenly Sphere or Heretic Seal of the Spheres, whichever cards that say do not target can get over Avamax, because if it just says send one card to the grave, it doesn't target, it just sends it. Kind of gets around Avamax's effect. So that's the reason I put both of these two, simply because they're just both big boss monsters themselves. Between the two, they can near enough finish up games, but without the other cards like set up and stuff, you really will see these beat sticks. So going on to my number 4 pick, and it is Union Carrier. Union Carrier is a very powerful card because it can enable a lot of locks and a lot of searches if need be. So on to Union Carrier's effect. You need 2 monsters with the same type or attribute, splashes into a lot of decks very easy, because a lot of archetypes and especially decks are either the same attribute or they're the same type. So for instance, you've got, I don't know, if you used it in a Cyberverse deck, or your monsters are going to be Cyberverse, it doesn't matter about their attribute, or against Cyber Dragon, a lot of them are light machines, so they're kind of the same, you see what I mean. Union Carrier is just easy to splash in too. So Union Carrier can take one monster on the field, that does include itself, and then you get to equip a monster from your deck that is the same type or attribute as it. So a nice little niche picked for Union Carrier is to equip is to target any dark monster in play and equip the light buster destruction sword, I believe it is, because you get to initiate an extra deck lock where it stops your opponent from even using the extra deck as long as that monster is equipped. So that's why it is incredibly powerful for Union Carrier. Black Wings, or say like a lot of, or even Lunar Lights in themselves, love this card because you can enable a infinite loot lock going into Samachi, and also going to Samachi, then you equip Union Carrier, equip it with Thunderbird. Samachi's effect will allow you to special summon out Mist Valley Avon, and then you create what is known as an infinite negate combo with just that, and it's all set up via Union Carrier. It's incredibly powerful and it's very easy to go into, and it needs to be feared because it is a very tricky guy when he appears. On to my number 3, guys. I use number 3 enough in every deck that I have the opportunity to, and that is IP Masquerena. Masquerena is an incredibly powerful Link 2 monster, and she's very easy to go in. So all you need is 2 non-Link monsters, and there you go, you're off to the races. So you know how I said earlier that Avamax with a bit more protection becomes enough indestructible. That is solely because of IP Masquerena, because any monster that uses IP Masquerena as Link material cannot be destroyed by card effects. So if you go into Avamax with IP Masquerena, not only can it not be targeted by card effects, it can't be destroyed by card effects. And then through Avamax's own effect, battling special summon monsters, it's incredibly difficult to get over. Cards like Endymion, Dark Magician, they struggle to get over it. Even Blue Eyes struggle to get over it, and that's simply one monster, and all you did was use Masquerena to go into it. Masquerena does have a niche little effect, guys, quick effect as well, where you can link summon during your opponent's turn. So that gives you incredible opportunities to go into. A nice little pick is to go into Nightmare Unicorn, because with Unicorn, you can, if you link summon it, you get to discard a card, target a card on the field, shuffle it into the deck. If you link summon during your opponent's turn with Masquerena's effect, go into that. Say your opponent, I know, summons the Stratos, and they search out a card they want to use, maybe that Vision hero, or they want to I don't know, add something they want, like Vision Hero Forest, because then you have to tribute a monster, I don't know, you have to discard a monster for Forest, but you see what I mean, like you want to extend your plays. If you link summoned into Unicorn, bounce it off, you've got a potential resource you've just lost, and it just goes off from there. She's great to go into, I don't know, Boral Sword Dragon, because then you give Boral Sword even more protection on top of it, can't be destroyed in battle, then you won't be able to destroy by card effects. Very nice. A lot of other cards just go into IP Masquerena, and they're just very incredible. Powerful. On to my number 2 spot, guys. I am running the Predaplant Verte Anaconda. Anaconda needs to be feared in any decks that can splash into it. When or if Dragoon of Red Eyes or Red Eyes Dragoon gets added to this game, maybe in a further update, we never know, we need to fear Anaconda. Simply because Anaconda can make any monster in that, or any fusion monster, playable. So why is that? Anaconda needs 2 effect monsters summoned. Really easy to go into. It's near enough incredibly easy to go into Anaconda. It has an effect where you can target one monster field and turn it into a dark monster. So you can it can work beautifully with super polymerization, because obviously it sets up the field really well for Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. It has an effect where this is the main reason why you would use Anaconda, and that is to pay 2,000 life points to send any one card from your deck to the grave that has the word fusion or polymerization in its name. A lot of in-game, or a lot of in-archetype cards, or cards have their own like specific fusion card, like Lunar Light Fusion. You've got, I think it's a Trickstar Fusion, but you've got like Fusion of Fire, that's the Salamangreat version. Salamangreat version. You've got Neos Fusion. You've got Red Eyes Fusion. You see what I mean? You've got a lot of them have their own fusion card. So because they have the word fusion in the name, all you have to do is send use Verte Anaconda, send it to the graveyard, you activate that spell. A nice key card currently for us is send that Neos Fusion, because you get to send Neos and Rainbow Dragon. You do have to run 3 Garnets realistically. Then you get to special summon the all-powerful Rainbow Neos, who himself can either clear the board of monsters, spell and traps, or clear the graveyard, which are all three very powerful special abilities. And you don't even need to play Anaconda if you're running the Neos, because you can just play Neos Fusion itself and use its effect. So this is why we need to realistically be scary or scared of Anaconda, especially if Dragoon gets added to this game, because it's incredibly easy to splash them into the deck, into any deck really, and you're running a very fearsome monster, all from Predaplant, Verte, Anaconda. And then my number one spot, guys, it should be no surprise, it's a card that even the TCG players are asking to be banned, and that is Crystalline Halbifibrax, or Needle Fiber if you go by its OCG name. Crystalline Halbifibrax is a very, very annoying monster, and it is innate, and people, like I say, are shouting for it to be banned, simply because in the current game, current TCG, they have cards like Link Cross as well that makes Halbifibrax even more toxic, and also you have to go through it to do a lot of combos. So why is that? Its effect is you need a tuner and non-tuner to go into it, really easy, or two monsters, which one of them includes a tuner. You could even use two tuners if you want, I should say. And its effect is, upon being link summoned, you special summon a level 1 or 3 tuner from your deck or hand. That's literally it. So going into Halbifibrax can instantly go into a link 3 play, so it's incredibly easy to link climb using Halbifibrax. And if you run that lone copy of Jet Synchron, you simply can go into the Auroradon combo, and it all stems from Halbifibrax. Because if you, for instance, summon Jet Synchron, you go into Link Karibo, Jet Synchron's effect brings it back, you go into the Halbifibrax. Halbifibrax brings out Despot 001 because it's a level 1 monster. Auroradon brings out the tokens. You then link summon into a 3-stage bowl load Savage Dragon and into a Herald of the Arclight. And it all stems from Halbifibrax, because without it you wouldn't get the monster in play for what you need to pull off that combo. It's incredibly disgusting, and we are actually grateful that we don't have like TCG cards yet, because if we did, Halbifibrax I reckon wouldn't even be at 1, I reckon it'd be flat out on the ban list. It's incredibly powerful link monster, and you can near splash into enough any deck that runs even one tuner, like hand traps if you really want, because obviously they are classed as tuners, but realistically you don't want to run it if you're running hand traps. But if you're just running even just that lone tuner or combo extender, consider Halbifibrax. It was just incredible to do a lot more plays. And that's it for this list, guys. If you enjoyed this list, let me know in the comment section down below. And also, I'd like to know your comments, because you might have different opinions on what cards you reckon are very powerful. Like I say, I just chose 5 generic link monsters because I just thought it'd be better for me to do than like in archetype ones, because in archetype are specifically for the decks you're going to use. So I wanted to pick 5 generic ones which are all around powerful and can near enough be splashed into any deck. And with that, guys, take care, have a great day.